Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dragon Nest Arena. It is 1v1 time and two very big players that I've been looking forward to seeing personally myself. It is 777 to my right, the Chinese player who has been unloading all manner of hell from the mercenary perspective. And over to our left-hand side, or your right, is the player Falala, who had an impressive afternoon yesterday, the crazy acrobat from Malaysia. So we'll be heading across to the Lost Temple in just a moment. Let's head on over there now. Falala having one heck of a following here, and so he should. He had pulled off some magnificent bow work yesterday, so let's roll out with him here as we get these two players. A ranged attacker with a close range attacker, and look at the state of 777 straight away, banged up. It doesn't matter how much you can avoid him, he's automatically hit with that bow of doom. And as far as Falala is concerned, once again getting the acrobatic styles out there, he's just causing all manner of grief here for 777. He starts the combo, but the mercenary 2G on this occasion grabs one back and the axe goes flying in the right direction. So the two players now once again battling it out in close range quarters. The shots go continuously over towards each player. The bomb goes down from the mercenary, but he can't quite nail it. And out comes the roundhouse kick from the mercenary, from the acrobat, and the mercenary will barrel off over into a corner just to wait this one out. Boulder goes down the back as the arrows go flung in his general direction. The drag arrow not quite bringing in the player at this point in time. As the shot goes down in through the mid, the mercenary now having to chase the acrobat along the way. Falala just avoiding imminent danger and continuing to just bounce his way across the map. The situation certainly residing quite heavily in the favour of the Chinese player just at this point in time, as Falala just backing himself to get amongst it all. And 777 calmly and patiently goes to the whirlwind manoeuvre, and he'll nail the big nail in the coffin, and it'll be a first round victory to the Chinese player. 777 grabs one up on the board, and we'll head on into the next round. So the mercenary has a little bit of a attack from range, as you see him here just bobbing and weaving, lefting and righting, just to make sure that those almost aimbot styled arrows of that man Falala do not hit him. He continues to just bob and weave. He's got the roll away in the ready as the acrobat just barrels out of the opportunity to getting taken down, but falls into a boulder there. Now the acrobat's starting to get the combo on. Just hammers a couple to the back of the head of that man 777. Falala just trying to get something and make it happen. Catches a vortex and throws the player inside of it. Can't quite take too much damage from it. The big boulder goes roaring over in the direction of that man Falala. The running around on this map is something chronic from these two players. Very, very different state of affairs that we saw between Nima and that man 777. 777 once again throwing the big cyclone roundhouse with the axe in, and then he absolutely combos up on Falala here with another round in his favour. 2 rounds to zip. The 777 doing some great work with the axe in hand. So we start to push on into the middle of the map now, as look, the evasion even starts right back at spawn from this man, the 777. He is very happy with the work he's doing right now. Starts to push across, feigns the jump in towards the player, and then barrels back out again. Throws out the boulder, then tries to wind on up with a big shot through the mid. Can't quite do so. Bounced on the head from the acrobat in the form of the Falala as he bounces himself all around the place. Tried to do the arrow grab to start off a combo, couldn't quite do so. Now Falala's got himself into a bit of a better position. He needs to capitalise on this one if he's to get himself on the board with the round. Fires the arrow off. He's getting some good tags onto 777 at this point in time. Just needs to consolidate with a good combo to drags him in. Here goes the start of a combo. No, he couldn't quite affect it. So the 777 man will gather himself back up again and start to aim back onto that man Falala. Falala just getting a couple of taps on the wrong side of the equation, barreling with his little acrobat avatar back underneath the bridge, and then disappearing out of sight from the man 777. As a minute has elapsed here in the round, it's could potentially turn into one of those evasive situations where the two players just disappear from the side of each other. The acrobat firing those arrows with good consummate ease, as Falala showed us yesterday that his aim skills were certainly not the issue whenever he takes on a player. He gets himself into a combo situation, couldn't quite affect a couple of good hits there, and now he's got himself into a spot of bother as he gets a couple of good hits from, big damage playing, but couldn't quite affect it to 100%, and the mercenary will, yes he will. I thought Falala just evaded that final manoeuvre there from the 777 man, but in the end the Chinese player coming away trumps. And it'll be 3 rounds to zippo on the scoreboard. The Malaysian player really needing to pull something out of the bag here, as much like we saw the Singaporean 3v3 side do just a few moments ago, as we now watch this man come into the middle of the map. Falala just pushing himself into the mid, fires a good barrel of the quiver, comes flinging off, and he then evades a couple of good moves from the 777 player there. Falala just biding his time, trying to evade all these various manoeuvres coming in his general direction. Gets the combo opportunity started with the arrows dragging him, the player. Couldn't quite get something going though. The boulder exploding right in the face of Falala there. Shots going out a little bit more. As the two players, Falala tapping furiously away on the keyboard. Once again, the solid and sturdy figure of 777, legs crossed, quite comfortably sitting there, just doing about his business. As Falala just continues to push on through. There's another big smash up here coming in, I'm sure of it. Here we go. Now we could be in for some trouble here if you're a 777 supporter. Get amongst it, because he could be on the brink of. There we go. Now we've got the good combo opportunity coming up. Yes, and she's barreled him up into a corner. 1, 2, 3. To the point where 777 even takes the hands off the keyboard. He knows he's in for a world of hurt, and it is exactly what's coming in his general direction. He calls defeat. And that will be the round. 3 rounds to 1. Great pick up there from Falala. He had him right on the corner there. You could see it in through the mid that he was just starting to push him up against a wall, got him into that corner, and then the dazed and confused, starry-eyed look in the eyes. And it wasn't because he saw somebody walking on past that he liked to see the look of. And in the end, it was done and dusted for him as the acrobat proceeded to do the damage. Falala's early opening arrows once again on target, as they always are. Cyclone kick is a good one here from Falala. In fact, he follows up with a good couple of combos in that situation, and that's going to cause some havoc. Just managing to avoid most of the boulder. Oh, here we go again in the corner. Huge combination. 1, 2, 3. He keeps on dragging him back into the corner. The big kicks are still coming out there, and let's just watch from afar as these two players come back into the action towards each other. The damage has already been done, but is it enough is the question. Now it's 777's turn to bash Falala into a corner. He takes him, smacks him up into a corner, throws out the whirling axe of doom, but can't quite pull off the 100% hit that he wants to do so. And then, unfortunately for Falala, the 777 player just getting out of reach of that bow to drag him back in for some more fun and games in a corner. Various bow shots coming in through now, as the two players just bide their time. 1 minute has elapsed in this round. It won't be an issue though in terms of the time, as the shots continue to push on through. More arrows in the right direction here from Falala. Here comes the 777. Will he be able to fit the combo onto the player to finish him off? This could be a war of attrition for these two players as they continue to fight it out from afar. The boulder is not on 100% on target, but enough to get a splash damage, and Falala feels the opposite effects of it that he wanted to. Here comes the drag. Is this the curtains for 777? or not quite? And just at the bang! Oh yes! It is going to be the mercenary stay standing. He managed to pull off the vortex, the whirlpool of death, just at the bitter end there, as Falala's big bomb almost hit the target where it needed to. 4 rounds to 1 in favour of the Chinese player. First to 5 wins the match, and then it'll be best of 3 matches, ladies and gentlemen. So keep on with this one. These two players going toe-to-toe in this 1v1 matchup. It is fast, furious and exciting action. Oh, Falala trying to drag the player in with it. The old ropey arrows there, couldn't quite do so. Fires some decent shots, knocks the player down as well. So that's a great couple of arrows to the face, and certainly not to the knee on that occasion. As the acrobat now starting to push on through into the middle. Now we see them bouncing around, jumping over the top of the 777 player, knocks him to the ground. Here comes the combo kick, couldn't quite affect too much damage on that one. Oh, big bash on the ground, knocks the acrobat down, gets him starry-eyed and gets a little bit of extra damage affected as well. Boulder goes flying across the middle of the map, and now Falala having to get himself set back up again. He's going to have to fire the arrows out, does so on one account, then has to barrel and bounce away from the player who has the benefit of the sprint as the mercenary, while the acrobat has the benefit of the old double jump in the air and also the variations of jumping that she can do. A couple of good shots being taken on there by the mercenary, as Falala just firing those in the right direction at the right time. Shots from the mercenary now as he sprints after the acrobat. The acrobat flinging a couple of shots in the right direction, as both players getting some hits on at the right time but not able to pick up on the combos. Here we go. Is Falala able to? No, not quite. Once again, Boulder goes flying in the generally correct direction. A couple of shots from Falala just off the mark as the player moved at the literal last moment. Now a couple more missing as the player falls down from the ground. Hello, how's your father? A good couple of combos. No! It is not going to be good enough, and the victory will go to 777. He picked up a couple of good hits at the bitter end there, did that man, the Falala, but in the end, 777 came away the winner, and the Chinese player will grab the first round. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go back to the lobby and we'll rock on back to the map of Lost Temple. Once again, the two players getting themselves set for another epic matchup on the Lost Temple once again. So, straight on into the action we will head as the Chinese player gets the 1 round advantage in advance of the Malaysian player. Falala, the acrobat, in the Malaysian stripes there, as the Chinese player starts to push on through in the uniform of the mercenary. Two players starting to come to blows in through the mid there. The shots from Falala need to be precise. It was a 5 round to 1 loss in the previous matchup, and that is not going to bode well for him. He needs to come back hard. He had a couple of rounds which were opportunistic for him, just not able to convert on them in the end, and I'm sure he'll take stead of that and try and convert in this, the second match of 3, potentially 3 anyway. The start here from Falala is a much better one than we've seen before, but 777 still, once again, still on the ball. Still causing all manner of grief to the acrobat as she bounces around the map. A couple of shots are going to come off here, nicely aimed and nicely targeted there from Falala as he once again just continues to batter the health of his opposition player. But at the moment, 777 starts to get the combo into effect, and that is great work from him. He gets the whirlwind as the big swinging axe comes into effect, and that will be that one done. First round, 777's. He is certainly showing his unstoppability here with the axe in hand, the big mercenary man himself. So we'll watch the two players come to blows in through the mid there as 777 just peeking out from inside a spawn and just evading left, right, righting, just to make sure that the arrows don't come in his direction and get an early hit on him. A couple of shots to pop him up into the air, not quite do any major damage, but enough to just annoy him early on in the round. More shots continuing to push on through. The acrobat fires a good couple of shots to hit the mark once again. Falala impeccable with his aim, and here come the acrobat in on the romper stomp. She bounces up and down all over the place. Big barrel roll there from the mercenary, not able to hit the mark that he needed it to, though. This time he is, though, as he pushes the acrobat back into a corner. Oh, just jumping onto his head and just avoiding what was imminent danger if she carried on straight ahead, and drags the player in, throws him up in the air, gets him inside of a vortex, and then throws him against a wall. There comes the boulder from that man, the 777, as they go running off into a corner. It is going to be an evasive tactic at this point in time. Both players playing it fairly evenly here on the map of Lost Temple in this 1v1 matchup on the Shanda Invitational Best of 4, as the two players continue to go toe-to-toe in close. It is going to be that man once again, 777, swirling the axe round and round and round as he gets the player into a world of hurt. Falala will go down once again. It'll be 2 rounds to 1 on the scoreboard, 2 rounds to 0 on the scoreboard, unfortunately for the Falala. He will be rocking back and forward to try and see if he can pull something out of the bag here, get himself a kill or 2, and get a couple of rounds up on the board to match up to that 777 player. He seems unstoppable, he certainly is. We've seen it before. The form of the Elemental Lord earlier on today, Jumor, he just missed out on a couple of occasions, but he's certainly stoppable, is this man, 777. He's been doing some great work nonetheless. The mercenary gets right on and close. The couple of combos coming out there from the acrobat as she tried to tether one together. Couldn't quite do so in this situation. Now there's a shot or 2. Oh, bashed up into the corner. This isn't going to look too good for her, as the mercenary sends himself packing just for the moment, gets himself a bit of room, a bit of leeway and a bit of breathing space as he starts to do circles around the acrobat, trying to evade all manner of arrows and other abilities that are called upon by the acrobat to at least cause some amount of damage to her opposition at this stage in this 1v1. Two players now just giving each other plenty more space. Oh, the shot is a good one from Falala. He likes it when you stand still because it makes it 10 times easier than what it does when you're on the move, which he'll still hit you at as well. Bounces up on top of the player there. Now he's going to get caught into a bit of a problem. Falala taking his sweet time to get out of this one is, he tries to reverse it, couldn't quite do so, as 777 is too good for this situation. There's the couple of even shots go backwards and forwards across the two players. It's going to be curtains for whoever gets caught here. It could be Falala's round as he caught 777 in the corner. He didn't quite follow up as he just got taken off in the wrong direction. He fires the shots out, manages to evade the vortex. This could go very well. No! He got too close to the whirlpool and got sucked in. And in the end, would you believe it, 777 grabs himself a third. You could see him sitting back waiting for the vortex to finish and the arrows to go flung in there, but it almost looked like the move pulled him in close and took him down in the end. The look of extreme seriousness comes back to the face of Falala though after that momentary lapse in concentration. And now the two players are close range battle once again. It's a close quarters option is the preferred one from Falala here with the acrobat. Even though she's got the range shots and the ability to push on through, he still prefers to maintain a bit of the ability to combo up in close, and that's what makes these two players a very interesting pairing to see in a 1v1. The mercenary just continuing to bash whenever the opportunity comes nice and close, and as opposed to the acrobat who tries to pull the player in. Here we go. There's a big roundy axe going on here, and it's going to go and smash the player into the face. Big boulder knocking the Falala down at the same time, and now he's got himself into a bit of a spot of bother, and a nice easy win there for 777. A scratch of the head isn't going to do it at this stage for the poor Falala. He needs to pull something out of the bag as he faces match and game point, as 777, cool, calm and still collected, just sits over there calmly watching the screen waiting for the next round to occur. He starts his way out of spawn, watches in the distance as the player fires himself and readies himself up. Buffs come out, the couple of arrows fired off in that direction. The rope arrow tries to pull the player in. There's a big bash. Nice move there from Falala to bounce off onto the player's head, throw down some damage early on in the piece. Now a combo starts to come about. Big retaliatory axe swipe is a decent one here from 777, and Falala will still retain a bit of an upper hand as the two players start to come to blows. The big boulder going flying past the Falala head as 777 starting to push back. The mercenary is doing some great work here from China, and he continues to harass Falala even though he tries to run away. So the acrobat just bounding all over the map. You can hear her just screaming and squawking in the background as she continues to get herself set in various directions. The axe swinging round and about 777, but not really affecting much damage on this occasion. Here he goes. Now he's got her into a bit of an awkward spot. She's going to get bashed up into the corner and taken down. That will be the loss. 777 will win it convincingly, 5-1 and then 5-0 here on the map of the Lost Temple. That is done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. The Chinese player, he will win it, and the Malaysian player, very gracious in defeat here as the 1v1 is decided. The Chinese player wins it. So a very convincing win from 777. The mercenary was the better of the day. He was taken close by Zhu, but nobody else really came too close to him at all across the day's affairs. That is the 1v1, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to go the way of the Chinese player, 777 here at the Shanda Invitational. He is the best of 4, and we'll be back with more 3v3 action for you to find out who is the best of those 4 very, very soon.